What's up, y'all? It's Mav. This is Mav Magic. On this channel, I'm trying to help you find your truth and find your magic. Today, we're gonna talk top surgery. I just had top surgery on December 2nd. So today is the 22nd. So it's been 20 days since top surgery, and I'm just gonna give you an update on what the process was like and what healing has been like almost 3 weeks post-op. But before I get into that, if you're into that kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. In my last long video, I talked about how nervous I was for top surgery, and honestly, the days leading up to top surgery were really difficult. Waiting was so hard. I honestly, it was like I was like a little kid. I don't think I've ever like been waiting so impatiently for something as an adult. So that was challenging to say the least. But aside from the nerves, and I posted in that video, I had just a lot of thoughts and emotions about the surgery, and there are points where I was just not sure what to do anymore because my emotions were so intense at the time. Most of me knew what to do, what was the right thing to do, but some of me was holding back, and I didn't just ignore those feelings and just say like, I don't care, I'm just gonna do this surgery because I want it. I needed to make sure that every single part of me was on board for this. And I had a real conversation with myself, and I came up with a lot of stuff like I talked about in the other video, and really continued to process all of that stuff and continued to feel just a sense of connection to that version of myself and who I was. And you know, my body was one way for such a long time, and I got really attached to it, even though it caused me a lot of pain and dysphoria. So I had to really sit with that and journal about it and meditate on it to really process all of that information. It really helped me to connect with myself during that time instead of just dissociating from myself. I had a large temptation to just ignore my chest and pretend like it wasn't there. But that part of me was really just asking for attention and asking for me to kind of like say goodbye in a way that was more significant. And so I'm working with my coach, and she's a spiritual life coach, and she's helping me just process a lot of emotional stuff. And I learned I just have a really deep emotional connection with this part of my body. And I think there was a lot of me that was a lot of my femininity is connected to my chest, and I had to kind of work through what it meant for me to be feminine without that aspect of my body being present. And once again, it was something that I had to sit with and process, and it was totally worth it. I ended up having just some really alone time with myself, honestly, and I spent some time meditating and doing a little bit of a ritual just to get myself centered and to really align myself and to make sure all the parts of me were ready for this decision. And as I was finishing up with this ritual, I felt so excited and confident for this next step in my life and for the person who I am and the person who I'm creating myself to be. It's this crazy blend of excitement that I have for myself. It's awesome. Thanks, baby. I love you. It's so exciting to know that I have control over my life to literally create the life that I want to live and the life that I desire, and to live in a body that feels comfortable. Um, and I created that for myself. And all that to say, I feel great right now. But let me backtrack a little bit more. I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, so the day before the surgery, actually, me, my wife, and I did some body painting. I got that idea off of someone off the internet. I forget their name. I'll probably leave it here if I remember. But um, we did some chest painting, and it was just a cool experience. And it was a lot of fun, and it took some pictures. And so I have like a really awesome memory of that last day. And day of the surgery, I was excited and nervous. And interesting story, I walk in and I get everything done. I'm pretty much all set up for surgery in my gown and everything. And my surgeon comes in to mark me up, and he's like, "Are you ready for double incision with nipple grafts?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Because I had planned for, I think it's called buttonhole pull through or something like that. And my main concern was keeping nipple sensation, so I thought it would be worthwhile to have kind of as much fullness as would have been left over. But that's pretty much why I decided to get that kind of surgery, this buttonhole procedure. But my surgeon was kind of concerned about how, the way that my chest had been flattened, kind of, and how long my nipples were, or my chest was, rather. He was concerned about how much of the skin he'd have to keep and then push up into that area, and how much fullness I would really have left over. And so it was kind of one of the concerns that I had very early on. But at this point, I had done all this work. I was prepared to have a flat chest, and I was ready for it. I would, trust that nipple grafts would work out for me. There was a small chance I'd be able to keep some sensation, so I figured I would go. I would consider it, and so I ended up asking him for a minute just to think about it. I called my wife. We processed all the information, and I decided to go with double incision. This was a great choice, honestly. I am so happy I went that direction because I ended up seeing a picture of someone who had a procedure similar to the one that I was going to get to. They ended up with a much larger chest than they had anticipated. And I ended up kind of looking through their journey. They had just gotten a revision to get like a more masculine appearance to their chest, and I am so happy that I made this decision in the moment and that I trusted myself. Even though things weren't like exactly as I planned in the moment, it ended up being like better than I could have ever imagined. So I, have nipple grafts now, which is kind of fun, kind of frustrating at times. But my team is amazing. I had surgery with Dr. Lieben, Jared Lieben, and he did an incredible job, and his team is great. Since the day of the surgery was pretty much a breeze. I don't, I don't remember too much of it. I really just got home and rested. I didn't like sleep too much. I was just pretty uncomfortable. But the medication was helpful. I was on opiates, I think, for the first like 3 days. And then that was it. So I still had a little bit of discomfort, but I'm taking, I think, ibuprofen right now, and so that's been super helpful. First week, pretty uncomfortable to do most things. My neck was sore, my throat was sore, my abs were sore even. Had a lot of shoulder and back pain as well. My whole body was recovering, so I just felt pretty run down. Um, but overall, it wasn't that bad. I just pretty much laid low, did some drawing, things like that. And I had 2 drains for 1 week. I ended up getting one of them out. And then I had to keep this one in, this right drain in for 2 weeks. and drains were probably the more uncomfortable part. Sometimes they were painful, but mostly they were just like really uncomfortable. I hated my drains, honestly. So I was very happy to see them go. And as soon as I got my drains out, I feel like that was when I was really able to appreciate my chest for what it truly was. Being able to like just go outside, go for a walk, and feel so confident in my skin, and just know that like I saw myself for who I was, and that people who saw me like saw me in a body that reflected who um, I want, to be in this world. And it's just so amazing. Like there's really not a lot of words that I can use to express this feeling. So like if this is something that you are interested in, like, and you're thinking of whether or not you should do this, like, give this gift to yourself. I'm not just saying for people just to jump to make rash decisions by any means, because this is a tough choice, and there's a lot of considerations that you need to make. But for me, like in terms of comfort, like this is just helping just create so much more ease in my life. And take the time to do the work. If you're having like conflicting thoughts, if you're having doubts, because I had so many doubts, there was a point where I was like, I'm not even sure if I want to do this anymore because of how intense the emotions were, but I'm so happy I made this choice. So trust your gut. You know what you need, and you know what's right for you. So talk to people who you trust. You can always reach out to me. I'm gonna link my Instagram and my Reddit below, and I frequent those often, so always reach out to me there. Pretty much everywhere I'm Mav Magic, so you can find me. It's so good just to share just a positive experience with you all. I want to show you a little bit of kind of what my chest looks like right now with my shirt on. So you can see from the sides, I have my nipple coverings on, but this is what I'm looking like. Ooh, I still have some swelling. I might be kind of like really close to the camera right now, but this is how everything's looking. It feels like amazing, not gonna lie. To like see myself in the mirror, it's so cool. Instead of that feeling of just like your stomach sinking when you see yourself in the mirror, like just feeling like excited to see yourself, like that is so amazing. I am so happy for myself. Like 2022 is gonna be an awesome year. I don't know like what to expect from the world, because there can be so many different things that can happen. Over the past couple years, we've learned that like nothing is set in stone. But for the things that I can control, like I am like all for taking my life seriously. I'm creating the life that I want to live and the life that I desire. I want to inspire you to do the same in whatever ways that looks like for you. As a special treat for those of you who have stayed this long in the video, I'm going to show you a reveal of my chest, where I'm at. Here is a picture of my chest 3 weeks post-op, just 1 day shy of 3 weeks post-op. You can see that my nipples are like really funky looking. They're like pink and weird, and that freaked me out a lot in the beginning, but my surgeon assured me that it was completely normal and a part of the process. As a person of color, like my nipples have some pigmentation, so it'll take some time for all the pigmentation to return to my nipples. In this other picture, you just see how excited and happy I am with the results of my chest. It really has been so life-changing for me, and I'm obviously very excited about it. Here in this last picture, you see a little before and after of me in this gray tank top, and
how much you can kind of see my body and how things are so different. But it's just an exciting place to be, and I can't wait to see what else the world has for me.
Take really good care of yourself today. Really love yourself today. Like, pay attention to what you need today. If you're on this journey, I wish you the best of luck. And let me know how your process is going. If you need to talk, you can reach out to me. And I wish you peace and love. I will see you soon next time.